Welcome back to Steve's Garage. Today we're gonna change out our headlight bulbs. We actually already have LEDs in here, bulbs, but one of them is having a problem after, what, 3 years? Like half of it's out, so the weird light looks weird. But I'm gonna show you how to do it without taking your whole front end off. I would say it's probably easier to take the grill off, but it takes a lot more tools. This, if you got relatively small hands, I find it to be quicker, and I think it's easier. But so we're starting on the driver's side, and you got your headlight right here. There's some things in the way, but you can take your cap off. You just gotta kind of work it out. You can actually get these wires out of the way in front of you if you want to take the piece off. But that's to our headlight, and you'll see the plug. It's kind of fished in there. There's our headlight plug. There's the safety plug. It's like a key. And now you just squeeze this top piece. All that was is like a stopper, and your headlight will come unplugged. Oh, they just twist. All right. They just twist out. So that's it. That's your headlight. So essentially all you have to do is twist this plastic cover off. You can see it just twists on, twists off. You gotta get the plug out. It's got this little safety pin in here. Sometimes people don't even put these back because it has a 2-latch system, so you don't really need them. This headlight though, and I'll see if we can demonstrate it without blinding ourselves. I believe this is the one that's having the problem. And my suspicion is that one side of this is burnt out. So let's see. Yep, so on our light, one side of the LED is not going. And so we're only getting about half our headlight. So that's why we're needing to replace. Like I said, 3 years, you don't get that out of a regular headlight bulb, so I'm not really upset with the LED. I mean, but it's done. So we're gonna go grab the new ones and we'll drop that one in. If you have these halogen headlights, I would definitely upgrade to the LED bulbs. It doesn't cost that much. Makes a big difference. All right, so here's our new bulb. Looks like same kind of hookup here. These have a little bit bigger of a ballast. Bulb's a little bit shorter. They're all kind of a little bit different in their own way, but there's the same differences here. All right, so I'm gonna set the old one back in here. All right, so we got the bulb in there. Just put it back the same way. You kind of gotta finagle it a little bit, but it pops right in. Then you gotta plug it in here to the connector. At this point, I'd recommend you test it. If you got your key with you, just hit the unlock. So there it is. Lights up good. See if I compare it to the other one. It looks exactly the same.
It does look exactly the same.
So now we just gotta tuck all this back in. Like I said, if you want to put your safety clip back in, go for it. I would say if you don't plan on changing out your lights again, I would, because it's just an added security thing in there, so it can't come undone. You don't want to lose your headlights. Now we just have to fish all the remaining cable behind, because the cup needs to go back on, otherwise you'll get water in there. This can be a little tough because you have a little bit of extra with some of these LEDs. So when you're looking for one, you want to make sure, you kind of want to look for ones that don't have big ballasts, because they won't fit. You do have a little bit of give because the cup is pretty big. So these bulbs have a ballast here, and you have to tuck that in. You want to tuck it in on top, because the pins for the cap, if you put it on the side, it'll interfere with the pins. So I've got ours tucked in the top, got the cap back on here, and that's it. That's just easy to change a headlight. Versus the alternative I see people doing is they'll take all these snap pins off, pull the whole grill off, take a couple screws off, take the headlight off, and then the headlight comes out, and you still have to go through the whole same process, it's just you have more room. Now on the passenger side, it's similar, except you can't get to it just outright. You have to take this air box off. Take the air box off, it's similar to change the air filter. You take your 4 screws out of the top, you take this one clamp off, the air box will come out, and then the actual box itself is just push in, and it'll pop up, and you take this one screw here out. Not required, but it gives you a little bit more room. And then you've got all this room here. You could just open it up, change it out, easy money. So you could do it either way. I prefer this way because I don't like messing with these plastic pins. They like to break, then I have to go buy more of them. The way we just did it, you're not gonna break anything. All right, we're gonna do the passenger headlight. All right, so you just pull the airbox straight out. Only thing holding it is these 2 pieces here and these rubber grommets. It's really difficult for some reason to pull these out. You'd think it would just pop right up. But you kind of got to pull it just straight up. It'll come right out. Once it does, you got perfect access to the headlight here. So you just pop open your cap, kind of work on getting the cable out. You can also just twist the bulb out, and then the plug should follow like that. Now we got to get this plastic retainer off. That can be kind of tough. You got to push the pin in the center and then work it out. That it's just a safety pin. Then secondly, you got to push this tab here and your bulb will come out. Set that one aside. Grab your new bulbs. You're gonna want to plug it in first. Only go one way. It's got 3 tabs. 2 are small, one's big. Go ahead and plug your light in. Just make sure it's set up here. Clicks. At this point, I would grab your keys, hit the unlock button, make sure it lights up good. Ours does. You could also hop in and test the high beam if you want. But now we're going to take this, and we have to put this plug in here in a way that it'll clear the cap.
When do you put the safety pin on?
Yeah, we can throw our safety pin back on if you want. Got it flipped here. It's just an extra piece of, so it's got 2 clips holding it because the headlights are important. Got plenty of space in there. You just got to work it in. Take your cap. The posts are at the sides here. You can see one right there. So just kind of push it in, clips that on. Now we just take our air box. Kind of watch these 2 pins here. Get it right where you want it. We're right on top of it, so we just push. Clicks into place. Now you've got the screw here, and the 4 screws. Let's drop them off. Got your fender screw. You've got, these are all the same. You've got one that goes here. You don't have to take this one out, it just makes it a little more pliable. And then we'll put those in first. Fender first. Now, that was the 10 mil. This is the 8 mil. Then we'll load our air filter back in place. cover back on. Let's put it this way. Slide it over the hose first. It's got an alignment post on it, so you can get it right pretty easily. Clips back in place. Hand thread your screws in. Okay, tighten your clamp. Flathead or 8mm, I think, will work fine too. Tighten it up with 8mm. Come on, I can't get that one.
I know that one's so awkward.
All right, and that's it. So total time to do both headlights, like 20 minutes. Pretty simple. You only need like a couple tools. No plastic to really break. So I find this to be a lot quicker. Easier to do than taking the whole front grille off versus, you know, you could damage some of the fenders or something. So that's how you can change your headlight bulbs or change them out for LEDs. If you want to change the whole headlight, you obviously gonna take the grille off, but Beth really likes the stock halogen little Jeeps inside the headlights, so we go the route of just changing it for LED bulbs. But thanks for watching, and any questions, just let us know.